Legion Tactical Cutlery.
Hold the line!
Hey everyone, how you guys doing? Gruggs here at Legion Tactical Cutlery. Welcome back once again, troops, legionnaires, and any new recruits. As always, really appreciate you all checking out my channel and my videos. Today, in front of you, we're going to be testing out the Jeabrother 14C28N drop point fixie. And I'm excited to bring this to you. I can't wait to see how it performs. I've done a little bit of testing. It's been working out real well. We're just going to test a little bit harder this time around, and I'm going to put it on video, so stick around. Troops, what are you all carrying today? What is your EDC? Well, since I'm in a camping environment, I decided to bring along my F&Grow EF148. I got a hard use video on this baby. Go check it out. Veterans, active military, just want to say thank you very much for your service. We really appreciate you all. Enjoy the video. Quick specs, let's rattle these off. Once again, this is the Jeabrother drop point fixie. Overall length 6.93 inch, blade length 3.07 inch. Blade steel is a 14C28N drop point. Blade hardness is 58 to 59 HRC. Blade thickness is 2.2 millimeters. Blade width is 1.02 inch. Handle length is 3.78 inch. Handle material is Flax. Knife weight is a very light 2.15 ounce, and with the sheath is 5.29 ounce. Perfect for the minimalist. And it features a pretty awesome kydex sheath mini tech lock, and this does have a lanyard hole. Close up, let's get it done. Perfect little companion knife for hike, hunt, fish. I mean, this is just really nice. It's lightweight, and I'm hoping that the steel is going to come through. I've tested out 14C28N multiple times, and we're going to do a little bit of light work with this. I'm going to prepare for a fire, which I hope to light up, but it is kind of wet over here. It's raining a little bit. However, we're going to give it a go. So let's check out this blade. Okay, high saber grind, completely flat, no hollow. It's got a very, very slight sharpening choil. Little guard, beautifully done. Handles, fit and finish is superb for the price. I mean, this is just about 30 bucks on Amazon. Maybe a little bit cheaper on AliExpress, so you all have to go take a look. The scales are removable. I've never heard of Flax before, but it's a kind of like a resinated type micarta maybe. I think it is, but it's pretty nice, the handles. Full tang goodness, very thin, very lightweight blade, so this is not a knife to be smashing around, but it's a perfect companion to my F&Grow EF148. It does have a lanyard hole. Now, believe it or not, you can remove the scales. It is a skeletonized full tang, and that lanyard hole is actually removable, but the people on Amazon, when they do the reviews, have said that it's kind of tough to remove. I'm not taking mine out. I like it the way it is. I probably should have put a lanyard on before doing this. I don't have anything thin enough though. I have some pretty thick paracord at 1100, so too thick to go through this hole. Still, a very nice little companion blade. I'm really excited to test it out. So you could do your work with an axe saw or heavy duty knife chopper, and then use this knife for the finer work. Okay, small logos, 14C28N on one side, as you can see, Jeabrother on the other side, removable scales. I mean, this is just a great little pocket fixie. Now let's take a look at the sheath. Okay, the sheath is a nice taco style. They thought of the thumb ramp. It's got the, the kydex was pressed with a design that makes it look like carbon fiber. It is not carbon fiber, it is kydex. However, it looks like carbon fiber, and I love the design. Comes with this mini tech lock. I've actually been carrying it in an upright position coming into the woods. It's pretty nice, but I think eventually I will have it set up for scout for the small of my back. Let's pop the knife in. Now, just to disclose, some people have complained that the sheath is loose and that the knife comes out, but mine is fine, okay? So, very quiet, no rattle, perfect, just perfect. All right, let's do some camp tasks. I have a long stick now. I know that you noticed the saw that was behind me. However, you know, if you're a minimalist and you're hiking, you need to take a little piece of a stick off from a larger branch. We're gonna test that out, right? So I'm just gonna dig in deep here and just start notching all the way around this branch. All right, so you don't have to baton, but I am going to do a little slight batoning. But you could see that it's unbelievably sharp out of the box. Go check out my Legion Premier on this knife. It is so sharp, it's wicked. All right, so the handles are very comfortable. I feel no pain whatsoever. But if you have a pair of gloves, might as well wear them, you know? I mean, you could get up close and just dig in, you know, use your thumb. See, the handles are nicely, not rounded off, but they're done well so that you don't feel, you know, the hot spots, okay? Whoops. I mean, you could even attach the, you know, the sheath with that tech lock onto the straps of your pack, especially if it has any kind of MOLLE compatibility. I call it mole sometimes. How funny. You can see I'm making all the little thin slices here, just getting towards a point of the stick that I could break off or completely use the knife to remove. And she is digging in real nice. I'm using all different parts of the blade here. I'm just going to keep on going, digging in, just so you all see. I can feel it starting to break. So I mean, you could possibly be doing this off of a branch off of a tree. I understand that there's plenty of branches on the floor, but you never know the situation. Maybe you're looking for a green piece rather than a dried piece of wood on the floor, for whatever reason. And then simple enough, at this point, you could break this, right? So here's the other piece. I'm gonna save this for later. And then what, you know, I could start off with a nice flat side here. I could use it to shave off the wood. Okay, make it nice and flat for whatever reason. And then we could start, well, let me take off some of the bark. All right, so if you need 10 stakes, right, you don't want to take, if you're a minimalist, you don't want to take 10 stakes with you for whatever reason. You know, I'm no expert. I don't go hiking, but as an example, and you know, you're talented in making 10 stakes, you're a bushcrafter and a hiker, then you can make your own 10 stakes out in the field. All right, then you could, you know, use this to round this off on the top with the thumb. So the point of this is if you want to do a little bit finer work, it doesn't have to be a 10 stake, could be a dowel. Maybe you're setting up a little table for yourself to put your food on. Whatever the case may be, I'm just, again, showing examples. You know, you don't need to take a huge knife with you. You've got a pocket fixie, maybe a folder, maybe a multi-tool, you know. The knife, I know sometimes the knives are not adequate with the multi-tool, so you carry something like this as a companion. And here you go, man. All right, here's the top of your steak. Here's the top of the tent steak. I'm just refining it a little bit to make it flatter at the top of your dowel. There you go. All right. Let's make the notch. I would prefer something, you know, a little bit bigger handle. But again, if you're a minimalist, you want something minimal to take with you. Not bad, not bad. Or depending on the laws of your state, town, county, who knows nowadays, you know? Or if you're at a campsite and you're fishing, I mean, this is perfect bird and trout right here. Okay, using the thumb, you can see the curls that it's making, so it's very, very sharp. Definitely digging in here, definitely digging in, very sharp. Okay, perfect example. Nice. Now let's make the tent point. Digging right in. You could see the nice thick chunks. You know, with this knife you could practice your tri-stick. You want something small instead of something big, and then work your way up or down. So now if you do have an axe or a saw, you know, this is capable. Or even if you have a big Bowie knife like that Effengrow, you know, this is nice to work with smaller wood carving. Right, if you want to make a spoon, fork, spatula, etc. Perfect. There you go. Tent steak. Again, just a demonstration of how useful this little blade is. Let's do a little vertical, horizontal batoning. I got a small piece. If you have a firebox stove or a similar stove, you just want a small campfire. Even though the knife is small and thin, I'm pretty sure this is capable of taking care of some business. As you can see, it just made some halves. Let me just pick up that baton and we'll do some quartering. I gotta get myself a square baton so it doesn't fall off all the time. Nothing hard, I'm not bashing it, you know, looks good. I pretty much trust 14C 28N steel. Well, let me see if I can make some thirds, because this is such a nice thin blade. You know, you can get a little bit more specific with it. There's a third right here. And let's do it again. Okay, awesome. In fact, you can even make it smaller. I mean, if you wanted to make a wedge of some sort, this is a nice little blade to do the job. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, so if you have a little you want a little campfire, warm up some water for coffee, you know, here you go. In fact, let's just keep on going. Excellent, excellent. All right, now that I have this, let's say maybe you have longer pieces. And I have a couple right over here. I need to, you know, make them smaller, approximately this size, right? So let's see. Let's do a little cross batoning. Nothing heavy duty, but perfect. Awesome. No edge damage. Let me pick up those pieces so I can show everybody. I'll leave this here for you in front of the camera. Here we go. Again, nothing heavy duty. In fact, I want to do some more, okay? I'm not going to go all the way through this time because all I could do then is this, okay? There's different ways to do things, you know? Perfect. Look at that. All right. I'm telling you, perfect companion, perfect little companion. Everything looks good. Edge looks good. In fact, let's take a look right here. Looking sharp. All right. We're looking good so far. You can see those curls that it made. I'm going to do a little horizontal batoning now. So far, so good. We're going to be a little bit more challenging with this knife now. It's a pretty decent sized log. However, I'm just going to give it a go. Let's see what I could do here, right? Nice, it's split. Let's keep going. Now, this is a little bit greener piece of wood, so it's not going to split as easy. So I'm figuring it's a good challenge. And again, as you can see, I'm not pounding on this thing, you know, I'm just doing what I need to do for the results. And let's see. That edge is looking good. There you go. All right. Now, let's go a little bit further. Looks good, handle feels good. Get that out of the way for you. Just hit my knuckle, man, that hurt, jeez. Okay, good, very, very good. All right, so now, let me do this. I want to show you guys something that I've been doing. With this extremely sharp knife, okay? That looks good just to show you, but my purpose wasn't to show you the baton again. What I've been doing is, using, I had gloves on, but I was using my hand to make the pieces right here, okay? How cool is that? So it's sharp, all right? And the blade is nice and thin where, you don't need a baton if you need to split some of this wood. You could tap it or just use your hand to go down. So pretty awesome. Okay, let's continue with the horizontal. Let me make a feather stick or two. Again, this, in my opinion, is a safe way to, you know, use a knife so that you make sure you don't get cut or hurt, right? Some of you I know have concerns about using a axe. So even, you know, using the axe in the horizontal batoning, it's not bad. At least in my opinion, I feel a lot safer doing it because the blade is just out of the way here, you know? There you go. There it is, man. There it is. Let me move this off to the side. And let's make some individual curls here. So if I'm going to start up a fire, it's cool, it's breezy, it's fall, you're hiking, you're hunting, scouting, fishing, and you need to start up a small fire. All right, you're using this knife to accomplish that goal. And also, you could round everything off, you know? I mean, if you need something rounded off and you've got some talent, man, you've got a really extremely sharp knife here that, you know, will help you achieve your woodcrafts, you know, your woodcraft skills. You can see how nice and thin everything is. Look at that, look how thin. You know, and for those who don't want to carry a folder, rather carry a fixie, perfect size for the pocket. I'm pretty excited about this one, man, you know? And for 30 bucks, man, you can't go wrong. What a great price. Great steel. All right, look at that. Edge is looking good. Point is looking good. And I've got the start, you know, of a campfire. And I've got kindling, I've got feather sticks, I've got individual curls. Not bad, man, not bad at all. Let's test out the spine of this Jeabrother. I'll tell you right now, it's extremely sharp, so I'm hoping that it's gonna do justice. So just an example of taking off some bark. Okay, just a little bit, you know. And again, for some, this is all you might need, and then, you know, you spark it up, right? So let's try some wood. Just make sure I get all the membrane off, and get this out of the way. All right, now. Definitely doing it, okay? I know it's a small pile, but it's just a demonstration. Let's try this over here, this angle over here. Excellent, okay? It's definitely gonna work. All right, now we're going to try something a little bit harder, some fat wood. So it's definitely a nice pile right here, okay? Look at that. So bark, regular wood, now some fat wood. Nice hard piece. Yes. Here you go, man. Some nice freshly scraped fat wood for you from a very, very hard piece, which is good. Now you saw that this did spark. Let me see if I could just do a quick light up for everybody. There you go. All right. So the spine is working. Nice little compact fixie for 30 bucks, man. It's unbeatable, you know? Great steel, great materials. You're not going to go wrong with this. It's got a serious point, okay? So let's do a little tip testing. First, I want to make sure I stab it into the stump and make sure that when I pull it out, the tip is not missing, okay? Unfortunately, I have to start doing this type of testing, okay, to make sure that I show you that the tip is good. Okay, good. Now, note that it is thin, so I'm going to use it smart. However, I honestly believe that 14C28N should be able to make a divot. So I've got this piece right here, and let's make a divot in case you are experts of the bow drill and you need to make a divot. You know, you're out in the field, you lost your fire steel. It happens. I've seen it on a loan 1,000,000 times. People lose their stuff. Well, now you have hopefully a decent knife with you to make a hole. And you know what I just thought of? You could also make some shavings. Let's say your spine is rounded off. You could use the tip here to make some wood shavings. Now let's try this side. It's a little bit drier. Let me just flatten this off a little bit. See how nice and flat, how nice and sharp this blade still is. All right, and now please note, I'm not doing this hard, okay, because I don't want this to break. However, I still feel that this is a very, very good test. All right, because you know, if you're a bushcrafter, you know, you may want to need to make a divot. Hold on a second. Or even, you know, just an avid outdoorsman, and you know what you're doing out in the woods. Okay, I'm using the point to pivot and cut the divot rounder and then scrape it around. Tip is there and it's straight, okay? Let's see. So you see the divot right there, okay? Actually, let me get in a little bit deeper. Okay, good. Look at that. Okay, deep. Now, I want to try something a little bit harder. All right, let's try this fat wood. say you want to make a necklace, right? You want to have the fat wood hanging from your neck. You have a paracord. I wouldn't recommend making shavings with this, but you could see, you know, it's making the hole. So maybe you own a business, you know, and one of your businesses is selling fat wood on a necklace. All right, I even started on this side. Okay. Perfect. I mean, I just want you to get the idea that the knife passed doing a slight tip test. Okay, so not bad. Now, 1 second. Let me see now that I want to make some, again, thin pieces, nothing heavy duty here. I wanted to split this a little bit using the tip. All right, looking good. Let's keep going. Let me just change my position so I get you on camera. All right, tip's still there. Okay, I even have it in the stump, so I'm using it to help pry the wood apart. Tip's still there. Fantastic. Now, once again, I'm not telling you to go slam it in, but use it smart, and this tip will seem to work just fine for you, okay? Okay, a couple more things I wanted to show you. I've got some rope here. This is just a very slicey knife. This is gonna give you no issues with, you know, paracord, thick rope, thin rope. It's insanely sharp still. Now, there's something I want to show everybody, and I got to put the knife down just for a second or two. But if you go look at my community page, a buck did enter this area over here, and I'm in awe. I saw a beautiful 8-pointer, but I realized it was following a doe. So now, you know, being an ex-hunter, because I don't hunt anymore for reasons, whatever they may be, I decided I needed to make a spear, not to kill anything, but to keep things at bay, because rut season comes. You know, believe me, if I see a buck and does doing what they're doing, I'm turning around, going the other way. But if I'm here filming and these animals, you know, stray into my area, and the buck is like, well, what are you doing here? Hey, you know what? You never know. I've seen plenty of strange things with animals and what they'll do on video. So what I did was I made a spear over here. I found a nice piece of wood and I made a spear. Okay. Now it's not for throwing. It's not for hunting. It's just to keep an animal at bay. All right. Even the tip is not too sharp. It's very robust. And I use that knife to take off all the bark, okay, to, you know, make a kind of a robust tip so I keep that animal away from me. You know, you better believe I'm going to be hopping around a tree, making sure that that thing's not going to gore me with its points. And just to show you, I did use the spine to try and take all the bark off, okay? Because eventually what I want to do is I want to put this over a fire and heat up the wood, all right? Again, this is just to keep animals at bay, not to kill and not to throw. It's just something, just in case I'm here while a buck who's all in heat and ready to go, you know, is wondering what the hell am I doing in his territory. So just wanted to show you that. Let's conclude. There you have it, troops, a fine companion knife. Awesome, just awesome. For 30 bucks, it'll add to any big blade axe or saw. You know, it'll complement it for sure. And you can see he did quite a few tasks. Very capable for the price. The steel is excellent. Just wanted to show you. I didn't even notice, but I did make a hole in the fat wood, so the tip came through with flying colors, which is fantastic. Ferro rod sparked. I'm gonna, you know, after I'm done here, I'm gonna start up a campfire. I have no doubt that this could cut up food, vegetables, meats, game, fish. Trust me, man, this thing is still so freaking sharp that this will suit your needs out in the field. Maybe even at work, man. This is such a nice knife. I won't even take it to work, you know. I'd rather use a pocket knife for work, but you can. I mean, you could use this, it looks like, for anything, man. And the steel is good. It held up. I mean, you know, look at that edge, man. No damage. The tip is still straight, you know. And again, I didn't bash this knife. I didn't go hard with this knife. I just used it normally, all right? Because I could use my other big fixed blades to do a lot of the hardcore stuff. But, you know, for smaller tasks, man, why not use this knife? It's excellent. All right, troops, legionnaires, and new recruits, really appreciate you all taking the time to check out this channel. I hope that you made it to the end. This knife is pretty good. Let me know what you think. Comment below, like, share, and subscribe. Let me bring awareness, everybody. Hashtag 22 a day, hashtag 22 a day no more. There are veterans and active military who wants to get out of the service. They do face a lot of challenges. Unfortunately, one of these challenges is suicide. So at the end of this video, pause on the slides. There's going to be phone numbers there that you can call. There's going to be websites there that you could surf. Get information. If you know somebody, reach out to them. Give them this information. Also, a heartfelt message from Martin Miller, Vietnam veteran, 66 to 69. It's a heartfelt message. Please read it. It's at the end of this video. Pause on those slides and seek the help you all have earned and deserve. Troops, legionnaires, new recruits, once again, thank you very much. At the ready, troops, hold the line. Take care. Legionnaires!